Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Layla, the Lenormand reader, and today folks we are doing a pick-a-card reading. I think this is going to be a quicker one. I want to look at what is just ahead for you. So you might want to do one or more of these readings. I have a mix here of stones and charms. The first stone I have is the Carnelian, and the second one I have is the Serpentine Stone. And then I have the feather charm, this very pretty feather charm, and the teardrop or the pear charm. So you can go ahead and pick whichever charm or stone you feel you resonate with for this reading. And remember, all we're doing is looking at what is just ahead for you. So again, this is going to be a shorter bunch of spreads, and you will find the timestamps in the description box. So I will see you in your reading. Okay, Carnelian group, here we are with your stone and the deck, and I'm going to be using the same deck for all of them. For this reading, Carnelians, I want to do a double line of 5. So a simple double line of 5 that's going to help us tune into what is just ahead for you. Okay, Carnelian group, here are your lovely cards in the double line of 5. I know you're like, what's so lovely? There's the whip and there's the coffin. What is lovely is this wonderful new beginning that is really important. We have the child and the cross right in the center of the double line. It is the central column, and the child is about new beginnings, and the cross suggests that this is very important. So it has something of a destined importance. It's a bit deeper than your day-to-day things going on. And so this is what is key. And it is key because these are the central cards of the double line of 5. I feel that looking at these challenging pairs here, this new beginning can mean that you have to let something go. This is normal. This is pretty much the way things go. And it can also mean that when you start off this venture, it's a bit complicated at first, but check this out. We have the key and whip, which means that you're going to figure it out. So let's go ahead and weave the lines and get into more detail about this new beginning that is just ahead for you. We have the flowers, clover, and child, and then the road and whip. A pretty clear line as far as I'm concerned. The flowers and clover is a beautiful pair of cards. Two of the most lovely cards in the deck. Wish fulfillment, creativity, that sense of outpouring and joy is definitely coming through here. And you know, the child by itself is also a really bright card. So this seems to be a wonderful new beginning for you. It seems to be aligned with the things that you want. It's just that when you kick off, there's a bit of challenge when you are getting started. Maybe you're figuring out the path. It's also possible that this new beginning causes you to veer directions. So maybe you're getting along, you're going down a certain path, and then this new opportunity comes along, and then you're like, oh no, I need to take this and I'm going to make a change. So whether it's about the initial steps that are complicated or that you're changing a direction, there is a bit of a challenge that comes through here. We have the road and whip, and it's very likely that it's a bit of a bumpy ride. There are things that you need to figure out. You make mistakes. That is very probable, and you know what? It's usually expected. Because of the clover, which is an all-around protective card, by the way, I really don't think that this is a huge deal. And on top of that, we have the key that is right below the whip. So it does suggest that you are going to figure things out. So it does minimize the impact of the whip. In the bottom line, we have the dog, coffin, and cross, and then the tower and key. And what is so interesting is these 3 cards, Carnelians, the cross, tower, and key are the 3 spiritual cards of the Lenormand deck, at least as far as I'm concerned. There's also the clover that has that, that blessing kind of energy to it, and the star, which is a card of faith. But it is these 3 cards that point to mystery, destiny, the deeper undercurrents of life, the idea that your life is guided and is in the hands of the higher powers, whatever that is for you. So the cross, tower, and key definitely suggest that this is an important new beginning that has a deeper impact on your life. And it does tie into what I suggested earlier with the cross and child. Now the dog and coffin can mean the end of a relationship, and with the coffin and cross, it is meant to be. So you might want to put this in perspective and let it go, accept that this is the end of the road with this person and you are moving on. Another way to look at this pair is to consider someone who you know, who you need a time apart with. Okay, so if it's not an outright ending, you might need to take time out. And it's possible that the reason you need to do this is because you need to figure yourself out. You know, you need to figure your own priorities, where you're taking your life. What is it that's genuinely meaningful for you? And you know, you figure these things out when you are on your own, usually, because you can't be influenced by, you know, your friends, your society, your community, the expectations, and so on. It's really an inner journey, and it's meant to be one that is authentic to you and one that aligns with what you really feel is the higher calling in your life. So that is what could be at play here. I have to add one more possibility, Carnelians, and that is that the coffin and cross can bring up the idea of someone who had passed away. And the idea of this is that with the dog you have like angels or your guides, or maybe someone who had passed away sort of, you know, gives you signs. And we have these really spiritual cards here. So I really feel that even though this is an unusual and an uncommon interpretation, I feel that it is totally salient in your layout here. So it's really interesting. The idea that you want to tune into your guides or someone who had passed away, you could be receiving signs. You definitely want to be open to this because it's going to prove to be really supportive for you at this junction. So these are some powerful cards guiding you towards a new beginning. A bit of a turbulence, but you know what? It is probably worth it because it is so deeply aligned with your purpose. Let's move on to the columns. We have the flowers and dog. This is lovely for friendships. Definitely you have the support. Someone, at least someone, is understanding of your, you know, your calling here, the idea that you want to explore this new beginning. And the clover and coffin is really good for bringing something to an end. So if this ties into this relationship here, like we suggested, you know, give it time. It might actually be good for the relationship. Let it go, explore this new beginning, you know, for the next phase, or, you know, for what's coming ahead for you, and just let this go. The tower, the road and tower is about the long term. So this new beginning is probably not for, so this thing that you're moving into is probably not going to be short-lived. It's probably going to be for the longer term. I also think it affects your path in a deeper way, which aligns with everything else we've said. So this is important. You know, it's not just like, you know, I'm doing something different over the next phase. What's just ahead for me? Oh, well, a friend is popping by and we're going to do something interesting together. No, this looks like a big deal for you, Carnelians. And then we have the whip and key, which, as we suggested, is about figuring out the issues. Honestly, I'm not worried. I know the whip is the most challenging card of the deck, but I just don't think that, I think it really shrinks in the face of everything else here, and the face of the importance of this new beginning that is just ahead for you. So with the key, you're going to figure it out. You also might want to brainstorm solutions, and you definitely want to be resourceful and proactive. Don't leave things up to chance once you're past all of these signs and this wonderful new beginning. Once you get to work on this, you know, just, you know, forge ahead. Don't shy away from proposing solutions, from participating in your own life. You know, this is really about making things happen. So overall, Carnelians, this is a lovely set of cards. What is ahead for you? Well, an important new beginning, one that turns the page on something and into something rather important. There are a few challenges that you're managing through this, but you know what? It is worth it and you can handle it. So let me know how you like these ideas and these cards. Very best of luck with it. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts. Let me know how it goes. And until we meet again, thank you so much for watching and take very good care of yourself. All right, Feather Group, here we are with your lovely charm here sitting on the side. And for your reading, what is just ahead for you? I want to do a medium-sized diamond. I think you're familiar with this spread. It is really nice with lots of different dynamics in it. So let's go ahead and deal out your diamond and see what is just ahead for you. Wow, so much good is ahead for you. There's money, there's abundance, there's prosperity, there's wish fulfillment. This is probably going to be the best spread that I draw for this pick-a-card reading. If you picked it, then good for you. I have to say that the other readings are also positive so far. Okay, so with the star in the center of it all, this is the card of healing and wish fulfillment. We also have the sun, which is a wonderful all-around success card. And on top of that, we have the moon. So this first draw is really, really nice for a relationship. The sun and moon are the archetypal masculine and feminine. And so when we see them together, it usually points to a relationship. Now notice that we have the ring right at the top of your diamond here, and we also have the lily at the bottom. The lily in the context of relationships is a serious relationship. So this is about the long term, this is commitment, it is probably marriage, you know, things like growing old together. And so when we look at the central cross of your diamond, this bodes really, really well for a relationship. And your relationship wishes come true. Now, of course, I have to allow for possible other scenarios. This can be a really wonderful collaboration where you have an opportunity to engage with something really important and probably something that you really want because of the star. And the lily is also the card of career. So it's not just long-term relationships and serious committed relationships. And so this can be a really wonderful collaboration, wish fulfillment, and, you know, things really working out for you and your goals. And when we look at your square cards, it really aligns with this idea because we have the fish and the ship, and these are really good for business, really good for money. We have the mountain, key, fish, and ship. These two cards are also travel cards. So maybe you trade or you work online, or maybe you're traveling on business, you're pursuing some opportunities in a different place. And if that's the case, all of them work out really, really well. The key and the fish is all around success with money. The key, star, and ship is all around success with travel and ventures. And the mountain, star, and fish is also really beautiful for money and income. So any way you combine these cards, there's lovely activity, lots of prosperity, wish fulfillment, achievement, and also the concept of traveling is really clear in the cards. Let's move on to the sides of the diamond. We have the ring, key, and moon. Obviously, whether it's for relationships, this involvement, this work opportunity, it goes really, really well. The moon can point to a proposal. And, you know, there is this collaborative element at play. Of course, if this is about a relationship, then we could be looking at marriage and commitment. And if it's not, if it's about work and, you know, your other involvements, you could get this opportunity that is totally wonderful. We have the moon, fish, and lily, which is great for long-term financial security and building your long-term future in terms of money and prosperity. I think you could be doing really well in terms of income. So income comes through, and there is that sense of security because of the lily, and also the ring because it's recurring. We have the lily, ship, and sun. This is beautiful for everything, honestly. The lily is the card of career. The ship can point to, you know, returns on investments, venture, trade, business. With the sun, it's all around success. And of course, this is really good also for travel. So if you're traveling, like we saw in your square cards, and I think you could be contemplating a move. Maybe you're thinking about, you know, where you live in the future. So it doesn't have to be different countries, but I have to say that it can be. The sun, mountain, and ring is about a place abroad and the connections that you have there. So you could be looking at creating a foothold somewhere or moving. And of course, if this is about relationships, then, you know, it does materialize successfully. I know that the mountain can be a bit of a blockage at times, but because of the sun, I think it's not so much what is going on here. And of course, all of the other wonderful cards as well. What could be going on here is maybe you're going somewhere with your lover. Maybe you're going for either a honeymoon or a trip, you know, just getting away for some wonderful times together. So these are some beautiful, beautiful cards, Feather Group. Any way you look at them, for just about any area of life, they are wonderful. all around success, healing, victory, fulfillment, wish fulfillment, all of it is figuring. The key things or the key themes that are coming through are money, prosperity, relationships, and collaborations. So these are some beautiful cards to get. So this is what's ahead for you, basically everything you want. Let me know how you like these ideas. Very best of luck with this. And just throwing in an extra thing when you see all of these beautiful things coming through. Show thanks and express gratitude. You always win by showing appreciation, and it attracts more of it. So let me know how this works out for you. Leave me your thoughts and comments. Thank you so much for watching, and take very good care of yourself. All right, Serpentine group, let's see what is just ahead for you. I've got your stone here nearby, and for your layout, I want to do an augmented line of 7. So my deck is shuffled as always, and here we are. We could right away deal out your cards. All right, Serpentine group, very clear to me what is going on here with the ring right in the middle of your line and the scythe right after that. It's pretty clear to me that you need to let go of a relationship, and we have the woman and mouse right after that. That aligns with this really well. So just from the get-go, Serpentines, we see that you need to release yourself from a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship or a personal relationship. In fact, I do think that it has more to do with your job, because we have the fish and the dog in here. And it doesn't have to be your job if you don't work. It can be something in relation to your business. This can be an employee, for example. It can be a colleague. It can be a customer. The thing about the fish and dog with the ring in between is that this seems to be a business relationship, or a relationship in the more practical or material aspects of your life. And we see from this side that you need to let go of it. So a very clear combination as far as I'm concerned. Earlier in the line, we have the book, bear, and tree, which tells me that you have been patient with this and that you had been taking your time assessing it for whether this is the right decision to move forward. And yes, we see that this is the right thing to do. I would also suggest, Serpentines, that you want to maybe find an alternative or have a backup plan or work on the alternative strategy here before you go ahead and release this person, or before you go ahead and release yourself from the relationship. The bear and tree is pretty powerful in terms of growth and success. And with the book here, you could have been working on this privately. I do think you're on the right track, though, and I do think you should be doing this. It's time to grow up to the next level. And if this person or this relationship is in the way, then you need to go ahead and deal with it. So that's a pretty clear message, and I really appreciate these clear messages always. Let's keep on going with a few diamonds here. We have the tree, the fish, the scythe, and the dog. And I think that now you're ready to make more money, so you let yourself go from this involvement here. I feel that one scenario that could play out is you find a better job, and so you release yourself from this one. It's also possible that you need to make savings, so you let go of someone, maybe in your business. It's also possible that you have to juggle between different customers or different commitments, and so you're going to have to prioritize which one is more important. But I think that, and so you have to prioritize which one is more important. I think that with the fish being at the top of your augmented line, the idea of bottom lines in terms of money is important for what you're doing. So don't shy away from this, Serpentines. Really focus on the bottom line and your practical priorities, and make changes accordingly. We have the bear, fish, woman, and dog. This can be a really lucrative opportunity that comes your way, Serpentines. And it's possible that in this diamond you have a friend or a woman who helps you land this opportunity. I also think it's possible that you make more money and you're ready to grow out of this junior situation. That is possible as a scenario. It's also possible that you land a better customer, or you have like I was saying, if you need to juggle different priorities, you need to focus on the one that's going to make you more money, at least for the coming phase. So don't shy away from making these compromises, Serpentines, and, focus on your growth and your financial success as well. And then we have the book, fish, mouse, and dog. And I think this is where the waste element could be coming through. The fish and mouse can point to wastefulness, you know, having to spend on someone. I think this is the dog. And it can mean that this is something of an energy drain, an energy vampire. It can also mean someone who takes and doesn't give back. And so I feel that you had been sort of bottling up your feelings about this, and now you're ready to let it go. The thing about the outer diamond, folks, is that it is what materializes most outwardly in life, whereas the inner ones, they tend to be the hidden aspects of the situation. So when I keep this in mind as I look at the diamonds, I feel that you want to make more money. You know, you want something that is more lucrative for you, that helps you grow financially, which is your entitlement. And so what you need to do is you need to get rid of things that waste your money, waste your time, or situations that keep you small, so that you can grow on to the next level. So overall, Serpentines, I think this is quite an active next phase. The key thing that happens is a major change. It's either you release someone or you release yourself from a situation. And the purpose of that is to make more money, is to feel more comfortable, and also to cut out waste. So quite a clear set of cards, I would say. Let me know what you make of them. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts and your comments. And until we meet again, very best of luck with this, and take very good care of yourself. All right, teardrop group, or the pair group. Here we are with your lovely charm and the deck, which is always shuffled between readings. And for your question, what is just ahead for you, I want to do a medium-sized hourglass. So, of course, my deck is shuffled, just shuffling a little bit more, and here we are dealing out your cards. Okay, teardrop group, pair group. I think I'm seeing here a new job. We've got the fish, the fox, and the lily. All of these have to do with work, and the dog can point to the card of the junior, or like a colleague or an employee. So with all of these lovely things going on here, I feel you could be in for a new job. It's also possible that this is not about work. Maybe you're in business for yourself, in which case the book and dog, I feel, has to do with a new customer. And these are some really pretty cards. One more way to look at this is just in terms of friendships. You meet someone who proves to be really, really helpful. We have wonderful cards in this layout. We have the Star and Key, which are wish fulfillment cards. And it's also really nice to see them on the right-hand side of the hourglass. And we have the beautiful fish, which is all about prosperity, and it is in good combinations. The thing is, in the bottom line and in this column, we have the coffin. So this can point to an ending. And with the fox, it can be a little bit tricky. But all of these beautiful cards, they really easily overcome any challenge that could be posed by these cards. So let's go ahead and weave the lines of this hourglass. We have the fish, lily, and star. This is a lucrative career, a lucrative project, a wonderful business. Things are blooming financially and in your work life, and you could be achieving a wonderful goal for yourself. So really, this is straightforward. It brings a lot of happiness and wish fulfillment. I can also say that because the lily is about the long term, and sometimes it's associated with pensions and retirements, you seem to be setting yourself on a really sound footing for your future financial security, and security in practical ways as well. In all cases, you want to take this lovely line as an encouragement for you to focus on your financial security, your career priorities, and to also make it a point to make more money if that is at all in your hands. In the bottom line, we have the fox, coffin, and key. And I like the idea of the key coming after the coffin because it can mean that you're able to unlock some potential. The fox can be a bit tricky, so maybe things were hidden for a little bit, and we're going to see this through the book as well. But because of the key, you're able to unlock anything that was hidden. So that's another interesting message coming through your hourglass. Okay, let's move on to the columns. We have the fish and fox. I think this has to do again with money, income, and jobs. And so you could be given an offer or having an opportunity that opens up some more success for you, especially on the financial front. The lily and coffin, though, is a little bit tricky. because it can mean a waiting game, a bit of a standstill. They're both really quiet cards and they take time. So you might need to be a little bit patient for this to come through, but it does come through because on the right hand side of your hourglass, we have the star and key. And this is a lovely set of cards here that points to wish fulfillment and unlocking this potential. So just a bit of a waiting time here until you can unlock and move forward. And the thing about the dog and book, I don't think I focused on this pair yet, did I? The book and dog is really about meeting someone or something new coming through, someone you don't yet know who comes through with wonderful solutions. So this can be the opportunity you get as this new job. It can be someone you meet who opens up this door for you. And it can also be a friend that you make, that brings a lot of solutions, inspirations, if this whole thing is not so much about work and career for you. And like I said, it can also point to a customer. So this is a really positive combination any way you look at it, but mainly in the context of these cards as well. Okay, let's turn to the mini portraits. We have the fish, book, and coffin. So again, I feel this is where there's an opportunity that comes your way. It's just that with the coffin, it can take some time to materialize. And really, the book itself can also put things on hold because it is a card of mystery and it tends to be closed in most interpretations. And then we have the fox, book, and lily, which is really good for career development and jobs. Again, it can be something that you didn't expect or that is still in the making, and so it can take a bit of time for it to materialize. And I need to say that the book in the middle here can also point to knowledge and learning, especially with the lily. And maybe with the fish, you need to spend a little bit on your education, and so you're waiting for the right time to do this. But it is definitely a good time to up your skills, to up your knowledge, to delve into an area that you are feeling passionate about. It's a good time for personal development, growth, money, income, the career side of life. But again, if this is not really resonating with you, this can be about a wonderful relationship that opens up doors for you. And so the dog in the second mini portrait here, we have the lily, dog, and key. Like I just said, this can be someone who opens up doors for you. It can mean a professional contact because of the lily, and it can also point to you unlocking doors and landing a job or possibly a customer. So this is a really wonderful message. And the coffin, dog, and star is also lovely. The star is a wish fulfillment card next to the dog. It is a wonderful, supportive friend. It's just that the coffin, it can mean that it takes a bit of time for this person to come through, to come with their support. And you also want to be patient with them, to sort of come around. So give it time. It is unfolding, and you might be wanting to savor the mystery, in fact, I think you sort of feel what's ahead, and you're just really enjoying the prospects and anticipating all of this wonderful stuff that's coming your way, so you're happy taking your time with it. So another lovely set of cards in these readings. I mean, this pick-a-card was just wonderful. There were so many beautiful messages. Let me know how you like them. Leave me your thoughts and comments. And until we meet again, thank you so much for watching, and take very good care of yourself.